Finally, I got everything done. Now let's relax and watch some One more, bro. No, I'm not doing one more, bro. Please. Bro, even the title editor gave up on you. What do you want? We want one more drawing video. It's drawing tutorials, how to videos right now. But I don't have any ideas. What can I possibly draw? Well, you have that project for the teacher that you wanted to draw. That? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, let me at least get to home. No, do it now. What? Again? Yeah, really, again. So welcome to a new video, boys and girls. We're here to give you a tutorial on how to draw the queen teacher. Anyway, here we are. We already actually got a lot of done here, because if I did the drawing process of the whole thing, it would be too much. And also because I forgot to record. Anyway, let's get started here. So, the first thing that I wanted to mention, and as you can see, is the lips. Yep, the lips were easy to draw. No, I'm just kidding. They took way too much tries. But the basic of the lips, or how you should draw them, you get started by putting the horizontal line. It's the guideline that you should use. By that guideline, just make two triangles on top and one bigger at the bottom, and just make the fine lines so it appears like a lip. Yeah, it sounds easy, but it's really difficult. No, because I drew them. No, the reason because I drew them multiple times is because I couldn't get the shape of her lip, because it's thinner than the lip that I usually draw. So, other than the lip, here goes the shading. So you might be asking why I'm doing the color so early, and that's because I'm doing something called shading. Now, the shading of the hair goes like that. Shading should be done pretty easily. You just follow the shape of the thing and just shade the sides and leave the center of the thing as your highlight. That every part of her hair, every strand of her hair has a highlight. And highlight is basically the direction or the place where the light hits the most. Now, not only the highlights have its own light, also the bounce light is where the bounce lines appear on the edge of the thing. That's why the darkest part isn't actually the edge, but the middle, the highlight and bounce light. Now her strands are bulging out, which makes the highlight stand out even more. Now that isn't the only thing about hair. I also did the darker parts of the hair inside some of the strands, and little by little I actually got the hair done. The darker part of the hair is actually on the right side, because the light is supposed to be on the left side. So yeah, our light source is on the left side, so everything on the right should be darker, except the face, because the face is covered in light somewhere in the middle and the right. That's not the case with the eyes, however. The eyes we'll get to later, but right now we're just doing the shading on the skin and the light of the skin. Now the skin was actually pretty easy to draw, because I had the reference and I had the grayscale of the thing, so I could easily spot out where's the darkest and where's the lightest of the picture, as you should do too for correct lighting. I will tell you, it didn't come out like the teacher that I wanted to draw, because I didn't have any references of the teacher but it came out really close to her, and I'm pretty proud of the results. Apart from the results, I want to show you how I made those results, because this is a tutorial nonetheless. Here is the part that I mentioned. Here are the lips. Yep, I redrew the lips about 20 times or something. I'm just kidding, but it's closer to 20. If you appreciate the effort went to it, no, there was a lot of effort, but again, the easiest mouth that you can draw is with those horizontal lines and adding the triangles as your guide. So you're not actually drawing the triangles. No, the lips aren't triangles. The lips are kind of half circles, half hearts, because mainly the shape of the lips is based on a heart. So fuller heart, smaller heart, thin heart, and all those shapes. But the main thing that I wanted to tell you is the thing that I'm doing right now, and it's shading under the beard. Yeah, it's one of the most common among all human drawing you will ever do, and it really adds depth to the drawing. Like the shading itself should add depth. Like, for example, if you were to shade the circle, it wouldn't be a circle no longer, it would be a 3D shape. So yeah, you should add more shading to your drawing, especially under the beard, and especially if you're drawing some kind of shapes, like for example hands, or so they don't appear as flat. Right now I'm not actually drawing any kind of limbs, and actually about the limbs, I'm not doing anything complicated right now. You can see just a portrait of a teacher princess. Now, she has a tiara, and tiaras are the most complicated thing to draw. The tiaras are drawn pretty easily. Just put one big triangle in the center, I mean where you should center the head, so basically in the middle. If your drawing is facing straight at you, but if it's not, then just put it a little bit left or a little bit right, depending on head position. Right now her head position is a little bit on the left, so the tiara is also on the left. As well as you should put the little triangles a little bit on the left and on the right side, because the crown is okay, the tiara is round, I mean half round, so you should put on both sides if it's facing right at you. The little triangles you should put 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on how stylized your crown should be. And every crown, no matter how stylized, has to have some kind of end to it. I mean, so just put one big rectangle where the hair, where it enters the hair, as I did right here. I will mark it as well in the edits. So here I'm doing the eyes. So yeah, she's no longer a goddess. She is beginning to look like a human, like a very beautiful human. And the part I wanted to say about the eyes is that the highlight is actually a very small circle that you should put at the direction where the highlights are pointed at. Here my back fell, which will be mostly opposite of where your character is, where your head is actually pointing at. So my head, aka her head, is actually towards the left side, so her highlight on her eyes is pointed at the right side, because the light source is on the kind of a right side, is actually in the middle. but I'll say that her highlight is pointed right from her pupil, so that's how highlights work. And here I'm just doing the finishing details. Right now I'm doing the tiara. So the tiara shading is actually, as well as the other shading, connected to the light source. So my light source is somewhere in the middle right or the middle left, so the highlights mostly at the left side, but also the right side of the hair, because the hair is here. The righter side of the tiara should be a little bit lighter. So yeah, the center of the crown won't be as highlighted, it will be darker. And that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Sign it. Finally, bro, I thought I was gonna die editing. And done. And yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. So yeah, this kind of video is different from the others because I want to make it something else. A tutorial for you guys, for whoever is just starting out drawing. Because it's not really easy to start out and all of that stuff. A few more things I wanted to mention is that this type of video won't really have music because it's mainly focused on the point here, and that's a learning art. And other details that I wanted to point out on the drawing is that I drew the, like for example, adding more human parts, I drew her, well, not naked, but I drew her without really anything special on her. So like the skin is seeable, the shoulders are seeable, and yeah, actually that's the little thing that I wanted to add. Adding a little bit more detail on the drawing, so not just drawing the head, will make your drawings look a lot better. So like adding more parts, like I added here neck, I added a little bit of the body, so just to give an idea to what I'm drawing. Like you can just draw a floating head in the middle of the sea. Joke aside, you get the point. But yeah, before I end this video, I want to tell you the funny part. As I was ending this drawing in class, the teacher came out of the door, and I was shocked. Really awkward to end the drawing, but I succeeded, and she was proud that it came out actually very well, as you saw here. And I also did the thing with the background, and I will explain more about background in some other video. But till then, stay classy, my boys.